Hey guys, what's up? It's Jxckal here. I'm going to do a quick making of video of my new single, No Hands. Let me know what you think of it. Let me know if you think I should do any more of these. I had a few questions about how I made certain parts of the beat, so I thought I would make one of these and see what you guys think. If you want to hear the full track, obviously link will be in the description down below. So the first part I started with is just a simple synth lead. Nothing too fancy. Literally plays these 5 notes pretty much on a loop. I used a plugin called Harmor to make it. Sort of like an FM synthesizer. The main thing about it really is the pitch bend on the legato to give it that sort of weird. You can hear it. As it shifts between notes, there's a lot of pitch bend going on. That's pretty much it. I felt like it needed something to give it some more percussive element, give it more rhythm. So I sort of added this. Literally a really small plucked lead again from Harmor. And again, that repeats the whole way through, so when you layer the two up together. And the percussive elements panned a bit wider to give it a bit more stereo space. Next we add in the 808. It's pretty simple again. It's just a normal 808. Some slides in there. You can see just drawn it in on MIDI. The slides are just, I don't know, it's probably common knowledge at this point, but if you click the portamento button and then move the slide up, that's how you get those bends you can hear there in the 808. Next thing I usually add is some drums. The drum pattern actually itself is pretty straightforward again, maybe with the exception of the hi-hats. Most of it's just one main snare and kind of a bounce snare to sit along with it. And then the kick on there is pretty big, just has to make sure it sits on top of the 808 that you can hear here. Obviously the 808 is sidechained to make sure it ducks at the right times. So if I play all those together with the hi-hat pattern as well, get something that sounds like this. Which is alright. And then, you know, you add in the rest of the leads, and that's you know, reasonably straightforward. Probably some of the more unique parts of the kind of stuff that I do is I use a lot more vocal processing to make kind of weird sounds. So this one's like a pitched down vocal that's chopped slightly and it's got a load of effects on it. And this actually plays most of the way through the beat. And then there's a higher pitch one that comes in mostly on the hooks. Which is basically a pitched up version of my vocal. Might even be the same one. That goes through then auto-tune. And you use the formant knob to make it sound that kind of weird. So those layer together I think quite nicely. And provides a bit more of a human element when you add in the rest of the melody. They're all panned to different sides and stuff. Try and fill that space. So if we play all of those and the drums together, you get something sort of like this. Like so. So I think the only other parts that really come in are on the last chorus, where there's some more orchestral sounds, some choir sounds, kind of anything just more dramatic really, and often higher pitched in tone, because that tends to give you a bit more energy. So it's like a choir. Again, follows the same MIDI pattern as the synth lead does, a higher pitched choir. And then finally, just some strings. There's a little bit of delay on them just to fill the space. Literally, it just sort of emphasises the build-up. All those play together. So then if we play that with the other melodic elements in the beat, you get something a bit like this. And you can tell when you play just the melody elements without the 808, I've left a lot of space for this 808. It's one of the main things that drives the beat. Pretty much gets that whole 200k downrange to itself. So yeah, that's the beat pretty much. Let's get the drums back in. The only other things really are some small like little vocal chops again I like to throw in. So you can see these here are all layers of individual vocals which are auto-tuned, panned different ways. They sound a little something like this. Which is real simple, just sort of adds an extra emphasis every now and then with the drums in. Real simple, nothing fancy about that. You can see there is a little bit of automation on there. It's pretty simple stuff again, I think. Just a low pass filter across the whole beat pretty much. And then that just automates its way back up again. And I think apart from that, it's just the vocals that come in. There is a small delay here that's automated if I make this normal size. Again, so you can see this and this work together. It's just a delay with a fast distortion on it. So if I play a little bit at the end of the chorus, this sort of fills the space that is left after the end of the chorus.
Yeah, look mama, no hands.
So you can see just the level of the distortion comes up until the whole track cuts down, and that's it. And that just fills a little bit of space after the hook. You can hear
Track, look mama, no hands. Yeah, look mama, no hands. Yeah, look mama, no hands.
And it just cuts out like that. So I think that's pretty much the track. I'll play like the last chorus again. Like I said, let me know if you enjoyed this kind of content, this kind of video. If you have any questions, if you did like it, it would be great. Leave a like, leave a comment or something. And I will catch you guys next time.
I ain't felt proud in a long time. Like, yeah, look mama, no hands. On the rebound for a while now. Like, yeah, look mama, no hands. I hit a bump in the road and stayed on track. Look mama, no hands. Yeah, look mama, no hands. Yeah, look mama, no hands. No hands, now I don't see no ceilings. Now I'm lifted.